So we all know that things have been pretty bad here in Canada. But sometimes when a number is put in front of you to expose exactly how bad it is, it still becomes pretty shocking. So I have some information here for you. Pierre Polyev posted on X, violent crime is up 50% after 9 years of NDP Liberals. And it's literally costing businesses who have to invest in security to protect themselves and their companies from chaos in our streets. Now, I made a video the other day talking about how some businesses in BC were using riot glass, but this just kind of covered this one specific business. So there's a video here that even Global reported on, kind of exposing how bad things have gotten. So let's have a look at this video and then we'll talk about it after, like usual.
From blatant theft to broken windows, crime and safety issues are plaguing many BC small businesses.
It's just part of my regular routine, making sure the windows aren't broken and there's no graffiti, or cleaning up needles, things like that.
A new report from the Canadian Federation of Independent Business suggests 57% of those surveyed have been directly affected by crime and safety issues this year, up 10% from 2023. Two-thirds have invested in extra security measures such as gates, window bars, and security guards, with the average business spending $5,000 in the last 3 years on crime-related expenses.
This is a big chunk of change for small businesses that are struggling to stay afloat.
While some have spent much more.
For the last 5 years, $20,000 to $30,000 easily.
Loitering is another major issue, combined with garbage such as drug paraphernalia. The survey finding 8 in 10 small business owners are worried about their personal safety and that of their staff and customers.
$30,000 for a small business. Like that would make most businesses every year, like you're gonna go under. Or you have one bad year and you're done. That's what their expenses are just on security. Why? Because we have soft on crime policies and drugs everywhere. Yay. Doesn't that make things so good? And I believe all these examples were also in British Columbia as well. The source at the top of the screen here says Global News BC. And guess who just won their election? The NDP did, the same one who was in charge before. I guess people really just don't learn out there. I don't know what to say. I mean, how could you see all this and go, yeah, 4 more years of that, please? It's it's mind boggling how evil these politicians are, but also how stupid the voters are. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't mean to be divisive. Like, if you can vote for whoever you want, but when you see these kinds of things happening, and then you're going to then complain about it, and then vote for the very same person who created these fucking problems in the first place, it makes no sense at all. And those assholes are still going to get around 20% of the vote nationally, and so is Trudeau. 40% of people are still going to vote for the left, even after what they've done to us. It's just so embarrassing sometimes to say when people from other countries say, "Oh, are you Canadian?" and I go, "Yeah," I'm embarrassed. But before I get too upset here, another example of this for a different issue would be after 9 years of this NDP Liberal government, food prices have risen 36% faster in Canada than in the United States, and nearly a quarter of our population lives in food security. Justin Trudeau is not worth the cost. So this is just a 40-second video. Let's have a look at this, and we'll talk about that after as well. Oops.
9 million Canadians live in food insecurity, according to Food Banks Canada. 9 million, that's 23% of our population. 23%, twice as high as the rate in the United States. Food prices have risen 36% faster in Canada than in the States, and that gap has happened at the same time as the implementation of the carbon tax and all the government greed. Now he wants to quadruple the carbon tax and starve even more people. Why not have a carbon tax election so Canadians can vote to axe the tax?
23 million people. Or sorry, 9 million people, 23%. The fact, like, usually when there's issues in North America, it's a little bit worse in the United States than it is in Canada. That's kind of like what we're known for in terms of the, like, one positive thing about this country right now. But even now, under Justin Trudeau's government, we're even worse in this area than the United States. Our houses are way more expensive than the United States. I believe 20 years ago, the average net worth for the average Canadian and American, it was like neck and neck. I think we were up by a 4 or 5%. Now, the average American is 40% more wealthy than we are. When did this start to happen exactly? Guess. And if you guess 2015, after this idiot got elected into as a prime minister, you'd be right. I mean, it's just crime's up, costs are up all over the board, and this clown isn't going to do anything. And now this whole thing, they're talking about women's rights, and we have a right to we want women to have a right to choose. It's like, first of all, you're only talking about abortion. And the reason they don't say that is because it sounds weird to say, yeah, I'm pro-abortion. They use pro-choice for a reason. But then when you get down to it, you find out they're not pro-choice. Go back to the lockdowns, and I'll give you an even better example. Jagmeet Singh, Justin Trudeau, we want Canadians to choose. Okay, assholes, so let us choose a new prime minister. Right? If you're so pro-choice, let us choose. So call an election, listen to the Bloc and the Conservatives, and let Canadians decide. And if we still want this garbage, then I guess they'll win the election. But it looks like Canadians are sick of it, and that's why they're holding us hostage. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks again so much for watching, guys. I will be back shortly with a new video.